how old is the Bible that you're reading from? Because after all of the research that I've done, the only Bible that I would spend time reading is old, as old of a Bible as I could find. Whatever the oldest Bible that you could get your hands on, that would be the one that I would most likely spend the most time reading. I'm not going to sit here and discredit the Bible. I'm just going to discredit all of the newest prints. So if you have a brand new print of the Bible, I will go as far as to discredit that thing to a specific degree, right? But I will not bag the whole idea, because you can find old Bibles that really do have a decent amount of usable scripture, right? Um, but let's see here. So that's the thing, you have to dig back far enough if you really want to find anything that's worth reading, all of it, because I'll just run over a conversation I had with somebody. They're like, what do you I think they're asking if I believe in the Bible, or they're just asking about the credibility of the Bible, and I'm like, there are some things that are in the Bible that are true, and I just toss out flat earth. I'm like, but from my research, there's a lot of the Bible, especially a brand new print of the Bible, that has either been changed entirely or simply inverted. So as long as you understand that, then you should automatically go into cross-examination. You should automatically have curiosity for other stories that are either similar or the complete opposite, right? Like how else are you going to cross-examine anything? How are you going to perform a legitimate cross-examination of what you're dedicating your knowledge base to if you don't spend a little time researching the exact opposite, right? So it's kind of weird, like and then I go on to say that, but for some people, all you're doing is running away from source and meditation. So I put in a comment, like, as best as I possibly could. I'm like, but to some, you're only running away from source by wasting your time with such debaucheries, right? So what I'm trying to say is you're simply just overindulging in some of the fatty activity or fatty information that society just kind of lives with, right? Like, if you really want to get down to the meat and potatoes, if you want to get down to just trim the fat, leave yourself with functional muscle, try and be as purpose built as possible, and not have all of this baggage and flabby fat and extra skin, flapping around, making making uh making noises when you get up in the morning. You can't even, like, get out of bed without, got all this fat and extra skin. It's like, if you just want to wake up and not hear that every time you wake up in the morning, you're gonna have to do some cross-examination so that when you read your brand new Bible, that you can get through it without having brain toots, right? So I want to say that you need a really old Bible if you're gonna read the Bible, right? Like, I don't read the Bible. I have not been the type to read the Bible. I've been to Bible studies, so I've, like, heard other people read the Bible, and there's little parts I've read of the Bible, but I've never had, like, a legit Bible that I trusted enough to sit and read. Like, I've just not. It's really hard to get me to do that with a book at all, or even a magazine. Like, I have to know that there's real people in there saying real things. Otherwise, I'm not. It's like, I don't even. It's of the least amount of interest to me. And the funniest thing about this is I have been this way since before a book even made any sense. Like, as soon as someone showed me a library, I promise you I had the exact same stance as I do right now. As I can tell you, I remember being like 3 or 4 years old. Whatever. I was 3 years old when I first got to Arizona, and I remember walking into the Tempe Library with my parents vividly. And we would go to libraries, after that, and I always had the same feeling like, like no one's showing me anything. And as long as I'm just kind of walking around, like, and just finding something, like, whatever I have found, I would pick whatever I wanted, right? Which was cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But anything I found, I was just like, this is just weird. This somebody just saying something, and it's just like a string of words. So it's just, you have to be plugged in. You would need to know people that have known real information in order to, like, it's different, because like with music, you can pick different production companies. So like, I know this producer picks really good artists, so I essentially trust their judgment, and almost anybody from that record label or that production company, I'm gonna hit up, whatever. If, like, for instance, Ninja Tune does Mr. Scruff, which is kind of like a weird artist. It's entertaining. Mr. Scruff's tight. He's like a DJ. I actually do like listening to some of Mr. Scruff's stuff. But that was like something I got into a long time ago. But Ninja Tune is a great place to find other artists. And then same thing with Clack Clack Boom, but I don't think Clack Clack Boom is really doing anything anymore. But Chaos in the CBD, which is a New Zealand, I believe they're New Zealand. Those dudes, and I think they're gay. They're either brothers or they're gay brothers. I don't know why one of them's gay or why both of them are gay. It's really weird. I'm not like really a fan, like, of that aspect, because to me, I mean, like, you can do whatever you want, but it's just, I'm definitely not, I'm not gay myself personally, so I'll never understand. But other people are other people. You do whatever you want, And Clack Clack Boom, Chaos in the CBD, one of the best techno house dance music that you could possibly listen to. But there's just a stark difference between music and books, or I don't know how to traverse the book world. So that's the thing, like, you would need to have some kind of knowledge base like that with books in order to really read books. Otherwise, it's like you're just kind of wasting things. I mean, you would literally be spearheading and trailblazing through libraries, which, maybe you can come up with something, but it's like, I don't know. It's so hard. If you're by yourself, like I'm saying, it's, I don't know what you could do by yourself doing that. I believe you could do that, but the only way that works is, again, if you have a pre-established connection or hookup on information that is known to be correct, in order to, like, you're spearheading so hardcore. It's so hard to say, like, whether or not whatever you're doing is a worthy investment or is even going to benefit you at all. So, like, it's just talking to people. Anytime the Bible comes up, it's like, yes, flat earth from the Bible is from the Bible, and there are things in the Bible that are absolutely true, right? But it's just there's things like Jesus, we just don't know. We don't know what Jesus is. When you find out what God means, Gadriel or Gadriel, it's you find out that things are either twisted or changed or inverted. So Gadriel, that would be like a twist and inversion. Like you've been inverted and then twisted away from the fact that you've been inverted in order to falsely worship another god. So it's crazy. Like they get you thinking you're praying to source, and you set up a good prayer to source, but then you immediately turn around and ask Gadriel for help, or you ask the wrong person. It's like, just imagine what that does. It's just incredible that this is not something that has crossed the masses' minds. It's like think about the potential there. You know what I mean? If someone's sitting here and they never kick the bucket and they just have all day, imagine not sleeping and running the world. Like, you don't gotta sleep, you don't eat, think about how much time you would have to just iron things out, right? And if you needed things to be one way specifically, like, that's what's crazy, is like they have you thinking good versus evil, and like you need to pick a side and stuff. It's like if you realize everything is a construct, and that all of this worldly construct stuff is simply that. It's all man construction. So to find source, you're trying to get as far away from anything constructed by man, essentially. And then just, you should be able to feel what's right. Like, and it's funny because, like, if you approach a person and you don't have any books, like, I don't know why you would kill anybody, right? Or I don't know, you can't even say that. I don't know why you would hurt anybody. But apparently people get so hungry, without eating, I'm gonna get so hungry that I'm gonna eat people because I can't find a tree or another, lower picking mammal or animal that you want to eat. If you're going for flesh, like, it's so weird. But I just feel like if nobody's reading a bunch of nonsense, that you're not actually going to hurt each other. Like, I feel like some of the hurting each other comes from reading, but they try to constantly invert and change things. It's like, they're saying that, yeah, the whole educational system is based off the fact that if you don't read, that you'll be a barbarian and you'll hurt each other and start eating each other and stuff. But it's like, in all honesty, I don't think people would, like, that's what's funny. Like, do you believe that people are good at their heart? Because if you do believe people are good at their heart, you would believe that without books, they wouldn't harm each other, right? Like, you would never want to harm somebody. It's a book that told somebody that you harm someone and you can live forever, and like there's all this extra information that gets crammed into it. So it's somebody got wrapped up in some alternative stuff, and that's the thing. That's just it. It's all alternative, right? How did they find that stuff? What were they listening to? Yep, that's where it all goes internal. And as soon as you just start reading somebody's book, you're just reading somebody else's meditation work. So it's like, you got to go in and do your own meditation work. It's such a weird thing. Anyways, we'll stop there. It's a long video already. Thanks for checking it out. Tuan Tuner. Trying to bring you the truth. Trying to bring you advice. Trying to help you out. Trying to just be your friend. Trying to be a voice of reason and guide, in the proper direction. So there you go. Take it or leave it.